And we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is day 50. We made it. 50 days of 365 days of guitar practice in a row. Kind of crazy, kind of awesome all at the same time. If you're brand new and this is your first video, I'm Jay Wells. I'm an old dude getting back into learning how to play guitar after 22 years and making music. And we started this journey 49 days ago. I'm doing this every single day for an entire year in a row. That's the goal. And we are day 50. So welcome if you're brand new. For all of you returning subscribers, I just hit the dashboard. We're at 402. Unreal, mind blown. So thank you all, wonderful saints, for following along and letting me torture your eardrums for the next year. Because essentially it's mostly torture. Thankfully there's a mute button. Now we're just having fun, and you get to watch this journey of me, a musician way back in the day, coming back into it again and learning a new instrument, my guitar. So we have some updates. The Telly was feeling a little left out, so she got some new strings. And then, how this rolls, kind of almost forgot. Each video, because we're doing this every single day, right? I will hit a little intro of my own. I'll struggle my way through some fiddling around, warm up intro, basically. I've been changing it up recently quite a bit. And then if you're kind enough to leave a comment, I will roll through the comments in the dashboard and acknowledge those. And there's people have been throwing out awesome ideas and recommendations, and it's all been super helpful. So thank you all very much for that. But first things first, the old Telly, the type of strings that the Telly has. I put in some skinny top, heavy bottom. So, and it's they're a lot thicker than the other strings that were on the guitar that I did not put on. These strings, when I bought the guitar off Craigslist here a few weeks ago, actually, it's been over a month ago now. Let's see, everything turned on while I'm yapping. The gentleman said that the guitar needed new strings. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And it sounded pretty good right there. And I was like, no worries, rock it out. Never got around to putting strings on. However, for those of you who've been following along, broke a string on the Terminator, so I had to do some work on that. Miss Jackson needed some strings, the 7-string with that Floyd wobbly rose board back system on it, which I love and I hate all at the same time. And then the PV had some new strings here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. When I set that thing back up and redid all that craziness. And the last one of the bunch, outside of all the things hanging on the wall, was the Telly. So, anywho, with that, welcome back to the channel. And let's jam around for a bit. I think we're going to go back to the old school intro with some modifications. I really haven't been practicing it that much, so there's that. But the Telly has a much different sound. Just clean, you know how that goes. More volume. More volume. There we go. It just sounds so good. That's not the intro, by the way. All right, let's see if we can remember this thing. We're going to go to a slightly different pick. It's been a little bit since I've played this. Ooh, okay, hold on. Work that out. There we go. Welcome back to the channel. It's always a little rocky if you haven't played it for a while. My other one that I'm working on, we'll fiddle around with during our, it's Sunday here in this beautiful sunny day in California. Shredding Sundays. Can't shred yet. But today's going to be all about speed and just, I'm going to torture some ears. But it's practice, and that's why we're here. It's the whole point. So let me turn that down a little bit. Let's hit some comments real fast. See who's banging on the comments. Oh man, that throat is weak. Also been playing around since last night that D blues scale with major third and flatted fifth. Got that sped up a little bit, which is kind of cool. Morning session this morning. I did that after a nice little morning practice. Then fiddled a little with that little blues scale, which is cool. Had a little lunch session, which was basically right after getting the Telly restrung. All right, enough yapping. Let's go comments and we can get back to jamming. All right, hey. All right, so let's take a look here. 48, 49, 49. Here we go. At Gabe Wild, 400 subs. Congrats. Kind of crazy. So thank you all again, you wonderful folks who are following along. This is just awesome, fun little entertaining project of mine, my little passion project of playing guitar. This is awesome. I will be making music and actually having that available a year from now, once I can actually play guitar. So look out for that in a year. Let's see. At IROC5150, welcome back, brother. Man, a couple of days with no playing due to work. Finally catch up on Saturday. Good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it's good for the soul. This is the whole reason of doing this. This is just good for the soul. It is good for the soul. And, maybe get a little better and, get a little bit on the shredding side of the world, maybe. All right, that's at day 49. Thanks, brother, for the comment. I appreciate that. At Really Now 00. Hey, man, I like what you're doing here. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. And welcome. It will really inspire many people to get back into playing guitar. I had no expectations other than my accountability for myself, but other people have said that. And if in any small way I've inspired anyone to pick up their guitar, total win. That's awesome. And I feel very humble and very grateful for folks that I can be impactful to anyone like that. So that's awesome. A few tips to make your channel more successful. Oh, I'm always good for tips, brother. What do you got? Number 1, create a hook in the first 15 seconds of your video. Basically a catchy line that draws the viewer in. Are you saying my first 15 seconds isn't catchy? I'm just playing. Use thumbnails. The first 15 seconds, just me yapping along. Yay, it's day 50, so thank you for that. Maybe I'll start once I'm a little better, jam right off the bat. So who knows? Number 2, use thumbnails. I know it's a little work, but it's important to improve your click-through rate. The CTR, I just learned about that, a day or two ago, because I went over the analytics. I literally have been in 2 errors in my dashboard, just because I don't care about the other parts of the dashboard. Anyway, and I didn't know what it is. I really don't know what it is right now. So, however, though, the thumbnails, I'm going to get flamed for being an old man. Because I'm 49, by the way, if you don't know. Knocking on 50's door. Anyway, not that that's an excuse or anything. However, the first video I did, when I uploaded it, I was like, oh, shit, I don't have a thumbnail. The heavens blessed me in that moment. Because it had AI-generated thumbnail. All of a sudden, it just popped up. And I was like, oh, I didn't do that. And you have 3 options, basically. You can click. They're all goofy as shit, by the way. So I was like, just click the least goofy one of the bunch. And that has been literally my thumbnail. I don't edit. I don't know how to edit. The only editing that I will get into in the future is editing music. I don't know how to edit videos. Clearly, these are one take, one shot, unedited, unscripted. So in the future, I will entertain doing that. But right now, I just don't know how to do all that stuff. Number 3, may find a format that works, then try and cut out a few of the unnecessary bits. Example, I'm learning a scale, the exercise in the song project I'm building up to. This format not only makes the content more structured, but gives you an identity. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's really, I'm not a guitar teacher, and that's the other part of it too, is I don't want anyone to misconstrue this. As someone yesterday or the day before was like, hey, this isn't practice. And I was like, I totally agree. I was a scholarship level musician back in the day, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I hung it up for over 2.5 decades. Even the sax been longer than that. And so I'm very used to structured practice, and I do that in the morning, and my lunch session has a bit of structure to it too. Evenings, this is just jamming, and afterwards, I'm trying to work on learning some songs, basically. So my format's really not, I don't really have any expectations. Thank you for that advice, though. But I don't have any products or any like skills or any kind of coursework that I ever anticipate on selling. This whole plan for this, not to get too lengthy of an explanation, is to have accountability for me, so I keep doing this every day, so I can get some guitar chops, so I can add that into my music making, and then have a bit of a history, so when I put out actual songs, this is where it kind of all started from. That's kind of how I want this whole thing to be, because I don't have any aspirations of trying to teach guitar, nor could I, or anything like that. Just a few pointers, but please keep up the good work. Thanks, brother. I appreciate all the recommendations. And the editing will come in the future at some point. I probably won't edit the videos just because I like the style. I've been a YouTube Red member. I don't like ads or like advertisements and whatnot. And so I don't have any. That's a question I have actually for all of you guys. I don't have ads on my YouTube. I know other people do if you don't have the premium or the red. I've had it for a decade, so I haven't dealt with ads or anything like that. My question is, are there any ads on any of my videos? Because if there are, that's lame, number one, because there's no monetization going on and all that stuff. And two, ads just suck. And so, I encourage anyone to spend the $13.99 a month. It's a game changer for everything. I pay $2.99 a month for the Prime, and switch that over to having to pay for ad-free. It's $15 a month that I will gladly spend for the rest of my life if I don't have to watch ads. So anyway, just a quick little thing. I wonder if these videos that other people are watching have ads. I don't know. At Chris Lawson 7983. Oh yeah, sounds good. How about calling it Whammy Wednesdays? Done. Done. I don't know how to use the whammy bar that well, but done. I love that. Work on how to use the dive bar, aka whammy bar. Congrats on 50 days. Yeah, heck yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, Roger Tinker 1813. Welcome back, brother. The intro part you were playing in your intro just before you went dirty reminded me of a Blind Al Wilson. I'll have to look that up. I don't remember what that is, but I will look that up. Thank you, though. At Nicky Rock. Boom, 400 subs. Congrats. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, and delay effects can be super fun. Yes, they can. 100%. At Sicknardy 9457, welcome back, brother. Really stringing together those riffs lately, sounding good. You're going to be a decent player after 365 days. I hope so. I hope so. That is the goal, brother. At Sicknardy 9457, going on vacation for a bit over a week and won't be able to play. That's kind of a bummer. Hey, bring an acoustic along. There you go. Or just go buy one for $100. Just saying. Just get like a little kid one or something you can strum with, just to keep it up. That's what I'd do. Or grab your kids or whatever. My streak of playing alongside of you is going to be broken at 50 days. Haha. Awesome. And a quick break. If those of you who were inspired to pick up your guitar, like I mentioned earlier, that's awesome. And keep doing it. There are days, trust me, in the morning, I'm just like, I just got done jamming last night, super late. You don't want to pick up the guitar, but you do it. And then you just keep getting into this routine. Now I'm in such a heavy routine. But there are still days. The struggle is real. I'm almost 50. Things aren't the same as they were when I was 15, 14, learning stuff like that. Congrats on 400, man. Oh, thanks. I'd say you're getting that EVH amp. After all, I'm just a real Canadian East Coast fellow who enjoys your passion project. No body. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. I'm glad you're a real person. That's awesome. Remember, man, added a real nice texture to your tone. Small difference, but it sounded really nice, especially clean. Yeah, that little silver box. Who knew? We're going to plug it back in tonight. This is going to be probably a lengthier video. I'm going to be messing around with stuff. It's Sunday. I wanted to grab a beer, but it is what it is. So, all right, on that. So, playing that riff, that new little found riff that I've been messing with on Terminator with new strings. It's kind of, yesterday basically is a nice jam session. The Predator dropped So basically, oh, come on now. Got to get off there. There we go. So, and the Telly sounds different. Those fat on the top, I kind of like that setup. I was smiling during the intro because I was like, you feel different. And that's a real thing. Like, I have a very keen sense to my fingertips, and that felt like a different guitar in my hands. Hands down, no pun intended. But check this out. This thing is grindy as hell. Still need to warm up a little bit more, but it's all right. We'll make it work. Let's grab, yeah, this pick's fine. Actually, you know what? Let's grab the little thicker one. Let's go. All right. It's Shredding Sundays. Again, consider the user, but this is in detuning with drop C. Kind of strumming to get warmed up. It's gonna take a little bit. Fingers are cold. Need more volume. Sound issue going on. There we go. All kinds of different amp settings that go back between different guitars, so. I'm just gonna repeat the same shit and get warmed up. Sounds hella cool. All right, so we're gonna swap guitars. I'm thinking about dropping the Terminator all the way down across the board with that. That'd be really cool. However, let's necessary. Yeah. Yep, it's a bit noisy. That's how she rolls. But it's a fun little project. I think, let's go. You know what? We're gonna do a Terminator because this is the difference between these two guitars. On this particular, told you I'd torch some eardrums. All right, hey, check out what this sounds like on the Terminator. Pretty sure that you are completely in the right tuning. Yeah, heck yeah. So, regular E tuning with the drop D on the top string. Might change it up. Tune check on the top of this string here because I think she sounds something's a little off. Maybe go up just a little bit. Something sounded weird. Strings. All right, so I think I've been trying to work on some speed stuff. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's just brutal. I'm gonna do a basic pattern. I'm gonna try to it's gonna be noisy as hell. This is just brutal when I do it on my own. So yeah. But hopefully in a month after doing some of this stuff, it won't sound so crazy. But right now, yeah, it is. It is what it is. So that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. So, not quite sure how to organize this, but I'm going to try to I don't know what I'm doing. That's too high. Too slow. Let's see what 120 is like. thing that I've been working on, but it is really challenging to keep it going. Down the screen, it's even more challenging. Shit, that's hard. See what we're doing for time and all the folks out there with their ears bleeding terrible. Oh, we're at 30 minutes. All right. So we're playing a little bit longer and fiddle a little around if any of you wonderful souls are still watching. However, it's just a lot of fun to practice and noodle around and whatnot because that's the whole point of showing up and putting mileage and consistency in. So yeah. Let's add, you know what we'll do? We will take the Telly for the outro. I'll even sit down for that simply because I don't want to swap out the swap this out. All right, so let's do a little outro on the Telly. And these strings feel so awesome. Even though it's just the outro, got to prop the foot up because it's a useful playing position and it's very helpful. All right, hey. So with that, day 50, everyone, of 365 days of guitar practice. Rock and roll. I love that. That's awesome. Yep, it's my, people are like, why, if anyone is wondering, and you're still listening, why that is my outro, because that was the very first riff I ever learned on guitar for the little hot minute that I was playing 22 years ago. It's kind of awesome. So yeah, that is a go-to. That Telly, I'm telling you, this different strings, it doesn't even feel like the Telly anymore. That's why every time I was moving up and down, I was smiling. I'm like, this feels really awkward. It's so bizarre, but that guitar sounds amazing. And I believe, folks, that is it. Peace. See you tomorrow.